will do the numbers. Long overdue. We had some features here, and I guess we won't get to our features. We would like to get to our features, but sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, and I guess it's sometimes we don't. We did talk about routine, non-routine jobs, so we got something right, I suppose. The BBC Global, this is on Friday, down 34.48. The FTSE on Friday, 2.57. In Amsterdam, all these are Friday unless otherwise noted, at 2.46. In in Germany, in Frankfurt, the DAC was down 60.20. In Paris, they were at 11.89. In Brussels, 4.96. In Madrid, 72.40. In Zurich, they were down minus 12.97. In Moscow on Friday, they were also down 2.90. In Johannesburg, in the negative there, 294.82. In Bombay, 200.34. In Karachi, they were down 156.09. In Lahore, also down on Friday, 61.34 in the negative. And in Colombo, negative 29. In Tehran on Wednesday, 1,000.80. In Sydney on Friday, 68.80. The Nikkei at 183.42. In Hong Kong, the Hang Seng was at 65.87. In Shanghai, in the negative, 306.99. In New York, they were also down 99.89. The Nasdaq was down 15.95. The Merc, that's the commodities market out in the Midwest city of Chicago, was down 11.25. In San Pablo, they were also down 489.18. And in Mexico, down also 147.38. Let's take a quick look at the commodities. And see exactly where they were. Brent crude futures were down 98 cents. We like to see that, our 1.5%. The spot was down 89 cents. Incidentally, it was at $62.89 a spot, $63.15. West Texas Intermediate down 45 cents at $59.81. T-Boone Pickett jumping for joy. He remembers $15 a barrel oil. The Forex index was up 15 cents. At $1,198. Dubai futures were up $14.40 at $1,201.80. Silver $16.12. It was down 12 cents. Corn futures were down $4.75. Soybean futures down $6.25. And soybean oil up 30 cents. And I guess we'll get Robusta coffee down 22 cents. So we have something to squawk about there, I suppose. And let me jump back here real quickly and catch a couple of items here that I want to catch very quickly. Hershey Chocolate Company, they cut their sales forecast primarily because of China. I guess there weren't too many quote-unquote what they used to call sweet tooths there. Nonetheless, net sales increased 2.5%. That's in 2015 from a previous prediction of 4.5% to 5.5%. The company announced plans to eliminate 300 jobs out of its total workforce of 13,000, and generates most of its chocolate sales in China in one-stop shops. Microeconomic challenges and trends are affecting consumer shopping behavior, resulting in continual softness within China modern trade. Hershey now plans to focus on distributing to smaller form stores and focusing on brands that deliver the highest return. The company found more robust growth at home. In North America, they are on track in 2015. Financial objectives drawn by solid gross margins there. So, shares in Hershey fell 2.2%, and they make Hershey chocolate Reese bars, and you wanted to know about those. But anyway, we thought we'd get that one in there. And let's see very quickly here. In China, they had the worst week since 2008, the depression. That's at their stock market. A record 1.1 trillion, and that is 693 billion pounds worth of funds is locked up for subscription to IPOs. The benchmark Shanghai Composite fell by 6.4% to close at 4,478,036, dropped more than 13% last week. That market index worst weekly decline since 2008. Hong Kong, the Hang Seng index bucked the downtrend and rose 0.3% on Friday. The Chinese Security Regulatory Commission was reported to be working on margin trading risk management rules, and we talked about that in terms of bubbles. And the better rules you have, the less problems with bubbles. And the Bank of Japan maintains existing asset purchase, in other words, quantitative easing there, also announced that it would reduce the number of policy meetings from 14 to 8. In South Korea, they rose their COPI index rose 2.5% there, while in Australia, the S&P 200 there climbed 1.3% in at 5,596.99. Interesting situation. I think we already put this on the Twitter. And in the UK, government borrowing fell in May. The government borrowing fell to 10.13 billion pounds. That's the Office of National Statistics. Was down from 12.25 billion pounds a year earlier. Public sector debt, excluding public sector banks, now stands at 1.5 trillion pounds, which is 80.8% of domestic product GMP, while the deficit in the financial year ending in 2015 has fallen more than a third since its peak in 2010. The public sector net debt has maintained a gradual upward trend. Income tax receipts recorded their highest level in May in 4 years, rising at 0.5 billion pounds, or 5.3% from a year earlier. The VAT receipts rose by 0.6 billion pounds, or 5.6%, excuse me, to 10.7 billion pounds. The Office of National Statistics estimates local public sector borrowing in the financial year 2015 was 87.2 billion pounds, or 4.9% of GMP. We throw in the UK. The Chancellor is currently on track to significantly undershoot his fiscal targets for 2016 and 2015-2016. That is from Howard Archer, chief economist at IBHG Global Insight. Major questions remain ahead of the extra budget on the 8th of July over the new conservative government's, the Tories, in other words, ability to meet its ambitious fiscal targets long term. The particular government is yet to clarify exactly where they plan to cut department spending at 30 billion pounds and welfare spending at 12 billion pounds. And the Chancellor would like to bind future governments and what happened to maintain a budget surplus when the economy is growing. Experts say that the rise in public debt above 1.5 trillion will be troubling for Osborne. He's the Chancellor of the Exchequer. He estimates the government would need to cut 40 billion pounds in unprotected departments over the next 3 years in order to achieve the Chancellor's objective of eliminating the budget deficit by 2019. Most of these modern budget deficits, projections as far as ending or whatever, balancing, are at least 5 years in the future. This will do it for us. For those in business, make next week a productive one. For the consumer, keep your eye on the ball, so to speak. Have a good weekend, everyone, and we shall talk to you next week. Good day.